I just watched Braveheart again not that long ago, and I remember the experience when I went and saw it in the theater back in 1995 when it was released. I can't believe it's been 30 years. One of the best films I've ever seen, and it still holds true. And I can't wait to share with you. I'm a big fan of Mel Gibson. Let me know if you are too in the comments. This video from Mel Gibson that was just recorded recently, he has an extremely strong message for Gavin Newsom and Mayor Do Nothing Bass. I can't wait to share this with you. You're going to love this. Also, I've got proof that these No Kings protests are actually filled. If you see this footage on mainstream propaganda video, they're all paid. It's all a fraud. Just like the Democrats, complete charlatans. I've got proof as a TikTok video creator goes and posts a video saying he actually was offered money to go protest. I'm going to share that with you. Don't go anywhere. And then this representative from North Carolina asks for the beheading in this ridiculous No Kings protest of our president. I'm going to share that with you, since deleted because she's a coward, but I have it. And then last but not least, the sheriff from Florida going viral that Newsom, Bass, LAPD could all learn a thing from. This guy, oh, he just absolutely brings such pride, red, white, and blue, and American badassery to the forefront. I can't wait to share that with you. But first, here's a video from Karen Bass tripling, quadrupling down on her ridiculous message that the reason why there's unrest and third worlding happening in Los Angeles is because of Trump. Watch.
If the raids hadn't happened, then that protest would have been a No Kings protest. We know that that was planned months in advance. But the disruption and the fear that has been caused by the raids has really had a devastating effect and has been a body blow to our economy. I don't think the president understands that we have entire sectors of our economy that cannot function without immigrant labor.
So far removed, this entire Hippocrat party, from their base, their values and principles. Fetterman's the only one coming out and actually making sense, and he's an outcast. They're literally admitting it on live TV where they're at right now. She just admitted on live TV that their economy, which is completely false, cannot function without illegal immigrants, without illegal aliens. They're not even trying to hide it. Check out this message right here from Mel Gibson, which I think is super, super powerful. And I hope to God Newsom, because he tried to sue me, I hope you're watching. I hope your people are watching. This is how most of us in California, the silent majority, feel. Watch.
Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass have already proven their incompetence and poor leadership during the Los Angeles wildfires. Now, as we experience rampant lawlessness and civil unrest, it's never been more clear they're unable to respond effectively and responsibly during calamity. Whether it's sheer incompetence or outright malevolence, the reality is stark. California's in a state of turmoil, and I ask my fellow Angelenos, why are Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass still in office? How much more of their destructive decision-making masquerading as leadership are we going to tolerate? It's time to take back our community and our state and put the power and the privilege in the hands of competent leaders whose goals are to protect us and the way of life this nation was founded upon and promises to offer. That's all.
Call me crazy, but that almost seems like some kind of a campaign video. Maybe Mel Gibson. Could Mel Gibson? Here's my question to you. This is a guy who obviously does a lot of work, has created a lot of films. He's an outcast in Hollywood now because Hollywood's completely gone woke and liberal. The Clooneys, the Pitts, the entire cabal in Hollywood is completely woke. Is it possible? Because he's done so much work. He loves this country. Remember when he came out before the election? He was at the airport walking around, and they asked him, "What do you think of the election?" He says, "I don't know why Kamala's there. She's as smart as a fence post. She has the IQ of a fence post," and went viral. Could this be Mel Gibson actually putting his hat in the ring? Imagine we had the governor, we had Schwarzenegger. Is it possible? I mean, the reason I'm really playing this is I kind of want this to happen, to be honest. Well, I mean, anybody's better than Newsom. My dog would be a better governor than Newsom, but Mel Gibson has shown a patriotic flair and streak in his work. He cares. He loves this country. He understands the history. He understands the practical applications of the Constitution of the United States of America. He's not a Holly weirdo. A lot of his films and his work reflect that. And he's come out now in a very strong, definitive, that video was less than a minute long, statement. Doing a lot of the things that we're doing, asking Californians, asking Angelenos, when is enough? Enough. We have the most incompetent leadership in the history of our union, of any mayor and of any governor in history. That's just a fact. If you missed that video that Newsom wanted to sue me, go check it out. It's on my channel. I'll leave a little bubble here that you can click and go watch that. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. This would be fantastic. Let me know if you agree with me. Mel Gibson, future governor of California? It could happen. Anything can happen after Arnold. Okay, in our next story, this is very, very disgusting. And this Representative Julie Von Hafen went to a No Kings protest. This is her right here on the screen. And she had this on her person. Here's the whole post. This is Representative Julie Von Hafen from North Carolina. If you live in North Carolina, you need to write to your city council, your state, and say, we want her gone. She needs to resign immediately. So she posted this on Facebook, No Kings protest in Raleigh, amazing turnout, yada, 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 BS. So she's got two beheaded mannequins, one with a swastika on their forehead. Maybe it's Elon Musk or JD Vance, but obviously the other one is Trump. But if you can't read what her little sign says there, it has a guillotine on there, and it says, in these difficult times, some cuts may be necessary. If you're not appalled by that, I don't know if you have warm blood coursing through your veins. In a time of unbelievably heightened tension and inflammatory rhetoric coming from the left, you have a guy who just assassinated a couple of Democratic officials in Minnesota, who's still, by the way, at large as of this recording. And this is the message that you have. This is what they keep saying, peaceful protest. We have a right to peaceful protest. They're so off base. Everything they do. This is literally the party. It's become nothing less than the unabashed, party of violence. This representative from North Carolina, Julie Von Hafen, you need to resign effective immediately. And speaking of No Kings, here is living proof that this is the party of charlatans, that they're all a bunch of frauds. Check out this video it's gone viral on TikTok. This is a TikToker admitting he was offered money to go protest in these ridiculous No Kings protests across the country yesterday. Check this out.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, worth the time. But, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, the city and cause chaos. it's just crazy that, you know, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this so that, you know, they could try to get Trump out or something. But, you know, $200 a day to go cause chaos is like crazy.
If that doesn't strike fear in your heart, I don't know what will. If that doesn't waken you up, if you call yourself a Democrat right now, you're literally an anti-American terrorist. This is a terrorist organization. Everything that young man said is what we've been talking about for years. How long have we been talking about this in this nation? That everything they say and do, which is why I call them the hypocrites, is completely embodied and imbued in hypocrisy. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about the people. They don't care about the Constitution. And they have the largest propagandist apparatus, the corporate press, to back their ridiculous message. Stephanie Rule getting all emotional. I can't believe Alex Padilla. Oh, they put him on the ground when he stormed in like a raging rabid lunatic on Secretary Noem's press conference. Karen Bass not calling a curfew until 5 days in. 5 days in. The LAPD saying there's nothing we can do. We're not going to cooperate with ICE. We're not going to cooperate with federal agents. It's Trump's fault. Newsom. It's Trump's fault. All these mayors. Johnson. It's Trump's fault. Everything's Trump's fault. We have homegrown terrorists in our country, and everything Mel Gibson said was right. They have the privilege of power, and we handed it to them like momos. We need to take it back. We need to finally wake up. We need to turn off CNN and watch people like me who are giving you the unvarnished truth. Holy mackerel. If that video doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. And I think this is the perfect segue to kind of end this video on a very, I think, uplifting, inspiring note. This sheriff from Florida, I'm just going to play for you. It's gone viral. It's breaking the internet because of the abysmal failure of Karen Bass, the LAPD, Gavin Newsom, and everybody else. This is what I want. I want to make California Florida. That's what I want. Watch this sheriff and what he thinks his philosophy is when it comes to riots, throwing bricks at cops, destroying private property, looting. Watch this. This is amazing.
So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs. And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order. Not here, not in the state of Florida. So, to make it real simple, if you don't want to have any of those things happen to you, obey the law. Go protest all you want. Do it peacefully. Stand on the mountaintops and yell your opinion, your views. We invite that. But don't you dare break the law.
Doesn't that remind you of Tom Homan? That is what we need in California. That is what we need in every city in America. Holy mackerel. That is American badassery. Again, this is the kind of balls you need. This is the kind of commitment to excellence, dedication to law and order that keeps societies and civilizations from absolutely decaying and deteriorating like we're seeing in Chicago, New York City, LA, Seattle, Portland now is a disaster. Do you see a common thread there? They're all blue run cities. They're all sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities is the greatest offense to the Constitution and our founding fathers, I think, in the history of any application of a governmental entity, state, local, federal, what have you. It is an abomination and it needs to go. Sanctuary city literally says and literally promotes and beams out to the world, if you're a criminal and you're breaking the law, you can do that here freely. That's literally, it's an advertisement to be a criminal. In the year 2025, in the United States of America, after the American people voted and set a mandate, a resounding mandate on November 5th, 2024, enough is enough. No more sanctuary cities. We need people like that, and we need to make California, Florida. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. It doesn't cost you a thing. You can even do it with your remote control. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.